From shapeless matter are coming out shapes, tender shadows from blinding light. Color affectionately envelopes every form. Observation is in the eyes of the beholder, called forth from that very matter. Interactive collaborative art projects for multiple participants, or with people of different ages, from children to very much adult people. That one is the evidence of that kind of a project. It's called Tree of Community, Tree of Names, something like that. And my husband participated in this somewhat. So usually I do the whole thing. I do the flyer, then I do the explanation, preferably in pictures, because people are lazy to read, but they can look at the picture. And then we do installation on premises. And this time what happens, Nikolai, though he is not a photographer but painter, he managed to create so beautiful photographs of the structuring process, and then,
this is your husband?
Yeah. And this then people came and they started feeling the structure and they got excited. See, and there is me somewhere, and it's a very telling picture of me somewhere, because it is how it goes. I'll find that one, because it's really telling how we create those kinds of things. I did several of those at Midway as well. And when you work hard for a year or even more than that, and eventually all installation is done, all people are convinced. I found myself. And all are working hard, kids and families in this case, the whole school. And then it's me, it's my back. And then you just sit in the corner and look how it's going. Because that's it. You cannot change it anymore. You did what you could. Now it is up to the piece of art, because this project is actually a piece of art. It's not the first view, but that was one of the earliest ones, and one of my favorites, because when I created that frame, that little painting, watercolor painting, is sitting in, I used the sand. You know how it goes. Nature makes sand by pulling the rocks apart. And I was working in opposite direction. I would put together little grains of sand and create a rock for myself, and then to make it more texturally interesting, I put some salt in it. Part of a bigger piece, but however it is independently called reintegration, because you see it started from that image of the human being, girl, I believe. Something is feminine in that figure, I think, in that, or whatever. Looking at something, maybe at that view that time. And then it starts changing. The matter, the material is changing. And as great philosophers consider that change comes, and rather it would be said that it's not disappearing, it's just reintegrating into something else with the same depth of the meaning, but looking differently. So that piece, I think, it is repeating the image of the shape of the first piece, but instead of looking into something small, Something small is looking at you. So the material, the matter, the substance, through the process of change, bringing you the positive result, whatever happens. I would like eventually to have some movement from simple installation of that kind through the visual image, through the screenings, through the video, into the light, into the eventually feeling that you as a viewer becomes not only the participant of the action, you cannot recognize the difference between you yourself and the light and the strokes of light and the dancing light and the images of dancers which are surrounding you, and you may be one of them. And then it stops. And then it gets back to the reality that you are so used to. And that particular little installation gave me a very strange question. See that figure? And I made it double-sided. One side is blue, one side is red, and on the red side I put the shiny little figure, right? Then I put the mirror under that figure. So what should I see? I thought that I would see blue side of the figure, right? Now look what you see.
Oh.
With the shiny figure on the back. One smart guy tried to explain it to me, how the rays of light getting reflected from such and such, etc., etc. But it's still somehow entertains
really
me.
Cool.
It's really funny.